If you are one of the millions who love fantasy sports, you can now compete with friends and family every day with Yahoo Daily Sports Fantasy. Andy Behrens, the editor of Roto Arcade, explains how easy it is to win big bucks. I like the sound of that, Andy. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me.
So for people that don't know, what exactly is daily fantasy?
Yeah, it's certainly nothing mysterious about it. It's basically a natural extension of your season-long fantasy season. So if you really enjoy the process of creating lineups once a year in a traditional fantasy league, this gives you an opportunity to do that every day. Yes, you can win money. You can put a little money on the line, or you can sign up for our free games. You can sign up for a head-to-head game, just compete against one friend at a little challenge match. You're basically building a lineup using a budget. You've got, in baseball, for example, you've got a $200 budget. You buy a couple pitchers. You buy 8 position players. The whole process of roster creation, super intuitive, so you can do this relatively quickly, 2 or 3 minutes, and boom, you're in the game.
I love this concept because we were just talking earlier. I'm the guy that tries to set up the full season every year, but then gets overwhelmed and just walks away. So this really is reaching new people that don't necessarily have the time commitment or can watch all the sports.
Yeah, it's funny to me because I come from the perspective of, wow, I love creating teams.
Yeah.
I will do this again and again and again. So that's why I like the daily game. But I can see it on the flip side, too, where a lot of people, their issue with, let's say, baseball leagues and fantasy is that they just don't feel they have the time to check in a couple times a day, maintain their lineups. You're not going to check in Monday through Friday. This gives you an opportunity, if you know that you've got a little time on Saturday, just play daily games on Saturday, and you can still stay connected to your favorite game.
Is there something with using your players from your hometown to your benefit?
Well, that depends on your hometown, right? I don't think that
right.
Philadelphia fans would say that it's been to their benefit to roster Phillies all year. But certainly there are some cities where you're going to benefit by playing the hometown guys. More often than not, that would be like you live in Denver and you're rostering a bunch of Colorado Rockies when they play at home. I mean, that is the big change here from your season-long fantasy leagues, is that you only care about today's matchup. You only care about today's weather. You only care about today's opposing starter. So you've really got to, sort of shift your thinking to very, very short term.
And at the end of the day, it is about making that money. How much money can you really win playing these fantasy sports?
That's funny because there have been, to the best of my knowledge, no billionaires created from playing daily fantasy sports, right? It's not like that. I mean, this is basically right. This is the thrill of competition against friends and family. It's the same reasons that you join up for regular fantasy leagues. You just like that competition. You like the idea of being a little bit better at team building than some of your buddies. And that's how I tend to play the game. I'll play some 50-50 contests, but I play a lot of head-to-head matchups against family and friends.
All right. So, Andy, how do you sign up?
Well, first thing I would urge people to do is to download the Yahoo Fantasy app. You'll be able to toggle back and forth between your season-long leagues and your daily fantasy rosters. It's a great app. It's got access to all of our research tools as well. Or you could also go to Yahoo Sports and just click any of the daily fantasy links.
Perfect. Andy, here's to making some big money on some sports. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
There you go. For more information, just visit Yahoo Sports and set up your fantasy team today. Good Day Marketplace will be back right after this.